Hey there. So this is something that I don't usually do at all. During the channel that I have created, yes, I know I don't actually usually do these things, but this is a bit of a special occasion. Why is this occasion special, you may ask? Well, in Roblox Adopt me and my friend tried to recreate something in Adopt Me. Now, this was not an easy process to do. This was really difficult due to the lack of, I guess, decorations that can be used, and it was a pain in the booty. So, you may be wondering, why did I recreate something? Well, let me explain. My friend found a thing on TikTok. They were scrolling through TikTok, and well, I don't know if they were scrolling, they might have just got recommended, but basically they have found a video where this person was looking through Adopt Me houses, and the house they went into, they discovered that some person made a creepy asylum for the house as just, a decoration kind of thing, just like for people, like just display basically. So when I saw that, I was like, that gave me an idea to do something. It gave me the idea of trying to recreate some parts from Outlast. If you do not know what Outlast is, basically Outlast is a horror game that was made in 2000 and something. I don't think it's 2018. It might be 2018. No, actually no, it's not. It's way lower than that. Oh, I don't exactly know the correct date, editor, if you would please put on the correct date, because I don't know when I kind of forgot when Outlast 1 was made. It is a quite old game, so hopefully there should be a date at top of the screen after. Is it? That's gonna make it look a bit awkward, isn't it? But anyways, basically Outlast is a horror game that is based on a asylum. The first Outlast game, you play as an investigator or detective or journalist called Miles. And Miles was received a letter from an unknown person. We don't know who this person is. Dude just got a letter. And basically they're saying, hey, we need you to come over to this asylum. Something's wrong. And it's just people there are doing something horrible. So he basically goes over to the asylum and jumps into the asylum, and that's where the horror part starts, because when you are in that asylum, you see a lot of crazy people and kind of a lot of blood and some gore around the place. Basically, the whole asylum is basically just one down. And how did that get one down? Well, that basically happened within 12 hours because of an outburst. So basically, I'm pretty sure the wall rider was the cause of the whole chaos. Basically, everyone broke out of everything, and everyone in that building is no longer alive. Yep, everyone got killed within 12 hours. And you had to go in there and figure out what the hell happened in that asylum. And well, it's not very pleasant, but yeah, you figure out what happened, and that's kind of Outlast. I'm not going to spoil too much just for people who don't really know. I don't want to say the whole entire game and every section in the game, because there's probably some people out there who just don't really know what Outlast is or never played Outlast. So that's why I just don't want to spoil the whole thing for you, just in case if you guys just never played it or never heard of it. But that's basically kind of the main gist of Outlast. Basically, that's a little bit of the first game. There is Whistleblower, but this is not based off of Whistleblower. Even though Outlast 1 and Whistleblower take place at the same time, but just different places, pretty much. Because in Outlast Whistleblower, you basically play as a person who sent the letter before Miles came. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping here. We're gonna go into the house. But before I do go into the house, there is some things that I'd like to kind of point out here. So with this house, we did use the expandable friendly home. If I go into it, I only have the basement unlocked from the expansions. We did not use the second floor or the rear expansion or the side expansion, because if we did add those, it will cause the room to be bigger, and because me and mostly my friends, they kind of did most of the work for the main floor, so yeah, I still owe them a few things, so I think I'm in debt with them, but it's probably fine. I can't zoom in anymore. It's probably fine. Why? Yeah, I don't think it's fine. I think they think I might get sued. But anywho, we're gonna walk into the house, and I'm gonna show you the masterpiece we created. Oh yeah, did you guys like the audio we used? Don't you guys love SCP-096 screaming? Isn't it so lovely? I'm gonna turn down the volume because it might get a little bit annoying. But here is a recreation of Outlast's main area, main entrance part. Well, a recreation of the main entrance. Now, this is kind of the closest replica we can get because, well, Dortmund doesn't really offer a lot of decorations. Let me quickly explain the audio. Originally, we were going to use Outlast's Ambience OST. That didn't work. Then we were going to do SCP-087B Ambience, where you walk down the hallways. That also didn't work. So then we just had like a horror, just like a random horror type music playing for a bit. But then we changed it to this, SCP-096 basically screaming. Then we originally were going to use the Escapist 1 Miss Roll Call OST because it sounds like scary. So like we're gonna use that. That audio unfortunately did not work. So we kind of just went with this audio of SCP-096. Yeah, screaming. I don't know why I thought it was a different SCP, but no, it's 096 screaming. And we just kind of kept the audio for it because we could come up with it again. But let's just start off with this main part right here. So this is basically the entrance. This is kind of annoying. I'm just gonna turn it down slightly. This is basically the main entrance. So this is basically where you're walking to the asylum. Now, unfortunately, the doors could not have bars on them because you have to actually be able to walk in here. So, because if we put bars there, your character would probably have a spasm attack, and we don't want that. This is for display purposes only. So here is the main entrance. I definitely helped with this. Totally. Okay, I didn't really do much in the main floor, but we're just gonna ignore the fact. But here it is. Here is the main entrance. We have like some shelves. We have whatever the frick that is. I actually don't know. It's like a box or something with like spears inside of them or something. I'm not even too sure. I think they're spears. I'm actually not even too sure how they did that. It's like boxes. We have like candles. We didn't want to use like bright lights because we wanted to kind of have like a dark atmosphere. Because Outlast is very dark. It is very dark and has a lot of some ketchup. Yeah, it's fake blood, YouTube. It's just ketchup, okay? It's just ketchup. Don't sue me now. This is fake, YouTube. It's a video game, okay. But here we have like these little papers, which, you know, there's like trying to make it look trashy because Outlast Asylum is quite messy. Like everything is basically run down, and like these are like documents. We have like candles to have like a bit of a light in because we want to actually make it so you can see the fake blood or the ketchup. So yeah, so now we're gonna turn around, and this is oh, we have some more cranberry sauce or fake blood on the floor. Uh, but here is the beautiful main room. We got a good old chair. You can sit on the chair, even though you're not meant to. But yeah, you have a good old chair with a nice ketchup, blood, fake spear thing. So yes, this is actually the donut wood that we used to make it look like there's blood on the ground, because you know Outlast has a lot of that stuff. So this we did like these donuts. We just changed the color of them, and that's it. So, and also we use these spears to make it like look less flat, I guess you could say, because it's kind of hard to do something like this with a flat surface. So we're gonna have to like improvise a little bit. But we have like a bunch of candles. We have like the fireplace, and we have there's some decor. We have some more blood or fake blood. This is actually string we used to make it look like it was like leaking from like whatever the top part of it is for the decoration. We have a good old shelf here. We have a good old projector here. No, we got the projector. Why can I not say that properly? You know what I'm trying to say. We have a book. We didn't add anything here because there's really no need to. Like, we just can't be, like, there's no need. We have, trash can and some books. We have a chair. We have a beautiful bloody fake blood sign say follow me. Yep, you wrote that on the wall. I did not do this. My friend did this. They did this little message on the wall. They did like the little, there's a lot of blood everywhere or fake blood everywhere. I don't know if YouTube is sensitive if I say blood, so I'm kind of saying like fake blood just so like, I don't get sued, even though it's not really an issue. But anywho, but nice. We have candles, great candles. Yep, we have some more candles. We have a free table that we used. We have another chair, looking at a yeah, yep. That's a nice sight. You have a little shelf or cabinet with a nice blood on the wall. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Okay, anyways, we have a little picture. Well, it's supposed to be like kind of like stuff like, bent over because it's all dirty. We had some clothes. We tried to make it look dirty, but the annoying thing about Adopt Me is that there isn't really much dirty texture style stuff. So like doing this was really difficult. We have a chair here, which is lovely. Let's go to the other side of the room. So there we have some more, like signs or like supposed to be papers. We have a clock, same like the book, candles, desk, more blood, fake blood. Yeah. Basically, there's a lot of fake blood around here because Outlast has a lot of blood in it. It actually has a lot of blood. I mean, there is like a crap ton that in Outlast. And it's perfect because, it's a horror. Outlast really does the horror well. And honestly, it's probably my favorite horror game, obviously, besides Friday Night at Freddy's. But a non-FNAF based thing, Outlast is definitely a game that is just, beautifully combines horror, going into like the darkness to like the going, the being chases. Does it beautifully. It really does, and I think it's still. I believe it is one of the best horror games that to be designed. And the thing is about Outlast, I think there was like around 10 people that actually did Outlast, like in total. They have like a very small like gaming development, what's that, like company. Like they are like, it's really impressive of like how many people it took to make something that's just amazing. Honestly, Outlast is just such a good game, and the way they did it is just amazing. Anyways, this is basically what's all on the upstairs. So yeah, you have the fan. You can kind of see with your eyes, the rug. We have like a rug, and yeah, this is basically the main part of the Outlast entrance, pal, in Adopt Me. I have some great commentary. Do you like my commentary? It's so great. Okay, yeah, no, my commentary kind of sucks sometimes because, like, I feel like I'm repeating myself and I'm just saying random stuff I'm thinking, and I just don't know what to say half the time, but we're just gonna ignore that. Anyways, why is... Okay, I'm not gonna question that. Now we're gonna go down to the basement. So, the basement is pretty much the doctor section in Outlast 1. So, if we're just gonna walk through this door, we are greeted with some fake blood. And also some pipes and candles and more blood. Isn't that lovely? So I basically kind of did most of the work in the basement. I kind of did most of it. So if we go down the stairs, I did not do that. My friend did that. So here we have is some, more blood leaking from the walls. Like, God, it's so messy. Like, we even have more here and there. We have some, like, little crates. We have a broken off pipe. Yes, some random crazy person decided to whip off 2 parts of the pipe. Don't know why. Another thing I also like to mention is in Outlast basement section, there is actually supposed to be a lot of water, like, leaking from the pipes and, like, on the ground. I thought we does not provide anything to do with water leaking, so we unfortunately could not add it. But I added this little bookshelf because in Outlast you have these little door blocker things that you can add. Well, not add, but like basically use to block up doors for certain chase scenes. Like the doctor section, you have to move that one out of the way. And I believe in the chasing of like the warden pal, you have to use a bunch of doors to like push against the door, move away from against doors so you don't end up getting killed by a bunch of insane people. But now we're gonna go with the hospital part of this area. So this is a recreation of the hospital section basement in Outlast. This is what we came up with. It is very messy because excuse me, that's how Outlast actually is. It's quite messy. So we have like these beds that have been propped up against the wall. We have some boxes. We have some things that like are just falling from the shelf. I couldn't add too much to the shelves because for some reason, like, you can't put anything on these shelves in Adopt Me. I'll show you an example, but for some weird reason, you cannot, like, let's just say I have this bell here. I cannot, like, prop it up on these shelves for some reason. So I kind of just have to put them, like, at the bottom here, pretend like, oh, it got knocked over. Someone came in here, was, like, struggling, and they knocked over a few things. There's also, papers, the classic old bloods because it's Outlast. There's a lot of it. Basically, we have this nice little hospital bed that's just like, flipped over. We have this help on the wall. We have this thing that's knocked over on its top. We have a fire extinguisher that's also been, tossed on the ground. We have a little cabinet. A little hospital cabinet. We have some more pipes. We have like a broken pipe here. We have like a light there. More papers and blood. We have this little shelf that was like knocked over on its side. Kind of make it look like, oh, someone was trying to hide here, but then like just didn't go out too well and they got found. So this is why it's like knocked over for like coverage or something, like try and hide from all the chaos. We have this little window thing. It's supposed to be like a little like blinds in the hospital because hospitals have like these little blinds like in between stuff. So we have like this little blind here. We have like a shelf. We have some more beds and a light. We also have a cabinet with some papers and some tools. These are supposed to be like nice because in Outlast, in the doctor section, like the doctor has scissors. We're not going to explain what he does with those scissors. Let's just say it's not very pleasant whenever he tricks you into going down his elevator. But basically we have some like nice because the doctor is also crazy. Yep, basically everyone kind of turned insane. I have a trash can, which I did not add that at all. I did not realize that was there. And we have some beds, some light and the shelf. And also some paper. So this is what the room looks like. This is what we came up with, actually. There's also a pipe here, too. Now there is one more room that I kind of did most of it on, but we needed a bit more blood to the area. And that is the beautiful asylum part. Now there was actually an asylum part in Outlast. In one of the parts, you do wake up in one after being kidnapped by someone. So we're gonna walk in, and this is what we came up with. Yep, we have some chains that was added. My friend added some more fake blood. Oh, blood. We have some like chains. We have a lot of a lot of like stuff like there's even a skull here. I don't know whose skull that is, but we have like a one down toilet and a table that has been knocked over. Now if you guys are curious on how I did this is basically a finish line tile. No, I'm not gonna undo that. No, god damn it, Adopt Me. Can I just close that? So this is actually the finish line checkered rug. Basically, all I did is just change the color to white and basically then make it look like this was a asylum room. This was actually inspired by a TikTok video that my friend found. Basically, this person created like a mini asylum in their house, and I got inspired by them to actually do this. Obviously, as well, the blood was used by obviously the donut rug and some spears. We kind of wanted to make it look like there was texture, and I basically just moved the spears into the wall to make it look like there was blood on it. Kind of give it more of a texture vibe, like a creepy vibe. I mean, it is Halloween. It's October. It's the Halloween month. Yep, it's the Halloween time. So, I think the spookiness definitely suits this month, even though this is a kid's game, but it's fine, it's not that bad. I mean, I have a few people walk in here every now and then. I've also seen people do, like, these creepy houses as well, so yeah, I kind of got inspired by that. But there you go, that is everything to a small recreation of Outlast's Asylum. That's basically all the rooms that we've done. We couldn't add any more because we just couldn't be bothered moving everything. Because if we did add in the second floor or like the where expansion, which is like the outside, most of this stuff would probably be moved because it's like adding in more rooms, we're adding more space to the place. But yeah, there you go. Anyways, I actually need to end this now. So I hope you enjoyed this little small tutorial of Outlast recreation in Adopt Me. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.